Well, by now you've likely seen President Trump's latest Truth Social post, basically saying the Jeffrey Epstein story is a hoax, and those that are still talking about it are, from yesterday's comments, bad people, and now his past supporters. So this is like Hillary calling us deplorables. This is President Trump basically signaling to his base, his original supporters that have been with him since 2015, that he's moving on. At least that's how I take it. So the people that have been fighting with him since 2015, the people that were in the streets for him, the people that were in prison for him, he's moved on from us. And so now we're his past supporters, we're hoaxers, we're bad people. And this Epstein post now is the worst yet. Nobody can seem to make any sense of it. The only conclusion I can land on at this time is that, again, he's just decided he's moved on from us, and he's going to work with the political establishment now. He's going to work with the neocons now. He's going to be working with the warmongers now. And he has a new base of supporters, not his original supporters, but the new MAGA that popped up in 2024 that will just support him no matter what. So that's what the message reads to me, aside from just the tone-deaf nature of it with the Epstein story and not being able to read the room properly. That's how this message reads to me. Now, his approval rating will hit an all-time low by the end of the week. This slide began after the Iran strikes, and really that's when things started to go sideways. With the Iran strikes and then the Elon Musk fallout over not getting the Doge results, and then the big beautiful bill, dirty salesman techniques, and now the Epstein, cover-up, whatever you want to call it. Now his approval rating will be at an all-time low, and it all started with the Iran strikes, and we saw it all coming. We saw it going sideways and we were attacked. And so now here we are. It's very unfortunate. Now we could talk about what could happen in the midterms. I think we all kind of see where this is trending, but we'll not talk about that for now. I think what's going to start happening is Trump's age and health is going to become a big story. And I will just say this, he's wearing more makeup than he normally does, including on his hands now. He's wearing makeup on his hands for whatever reason. So things are just getting weird. And I just don't understand why President Trump would do this. It doesn't make any sense to anybody. Like, do you really want us to start talking about what else is going on in the administration? Do you really want us to start talking about Howard Lutnick and his relations with Epstein and being his neighbor, and Larry Silverstein and September 11th? Like, do you really want us to go there? Do you really want us to start talking about Kash Patel and the new FBI jet? By the way, I don't scoop other people's stories. And who knows, maybe Trump is trying to throw people off the scent of this other story out of D.C. that's about to break big, that I know you're trying to bury right now, about a certain congressman. I know you're trying to bury it. It's not going to happen. I know for a fact you're not going to be able to buy this story off. It will come out. And it could implicate Kash Patel and others. And it's going to be bad. About a very popular congressman. And some stuff has started to leak in both of these instances. But this is now where it's going to go. And the people that would ride or die with you and make sure that these stories don't become the big news and distract from what you're doing, now they will. Now these will be the big stories, and we'll be forced to cover them because we're not winning. And now you've just decided to throw us overboard. So I don't know what you expect people to do at this point. But it's going to be bad, and I would be shocked at this point if Dan Bongino lasts much longer. I think Dan Bongino is going to have the same realization that Jen Psaki had, which is the longer I stick around this administration, the worse my integrity looks, and the harder it's going to be for me to have a career in the political media when I'm done here. I think Bongino is going to realize that if he hasn't already, and I'd be stunned if he lasts much longer after all of this. However he feels about it, or Trump, I just think he's going to realize self-preservation, I've got to get out of here. Now, I don't regret voting for President Trump. I don't regret supporting President Trump, and I'll always be grateful for President Trump for freeing innocent people from prison and for pardoning me and all the great things that he's done. But I just feel like we've crossed the point of no return now. And to me, this latest post is he's over us. He's done. He doesn't care about our support anymore. He's got new people he's wanting to ride with now, and it's not us. And to do it over the Epstein story is a strange phenomenon, but now the fallout is inevitable. I don't know if he's getting bad advice. I don't know if he's just unable to read the room anymore. I don't know if maybe it's an age thing or a health thing, but this is clearly where it's going, and it's a bad direction. And so I think things are only going to get weirder from here. I think the news is only going to get worse from here. It didn't have to be this way. That's what's so frustrating about it, but that's how it is. That's how it is now. So, hopefully we get a good economy out of this administration. That'd be nice, but who knows? Who knows what we're going to get and what we're not going to get at this point. But I guess it's fair to say you're not going to drain the swamp. You're not going to get deep state arrests. And whatever operation Epstein and Maxwell were running, and all the blackmail and all the sexual perverts and pedophiles, you're not going to get them exposed. You're not going to get them arrested. So, people are going to be upset with that. That's how it goes. But looks like that's now the political territory that we are in. It's the political bizarro world that we are in. So we will react accordingly.